Welcome to the StatTree video module for Mann-Whitney U Test. To test whether there are differences between two groups on some ordinal variable, the Mann-Whitney U Test would be appropriate. This test is similar to the independent samples t-test, but for ordinal independent variables. You will need one categorical variable and one ordinal variable with multiple ranks in order to run this test. In looking at the preferred entertainment viewing survey, demographic question A is categorical with two nominal values. The first question requesting a ranking of favorite types of shows would be appropriate for the ordinal variable for our demonstration. With the PEVS dataset open in SPSS, you would choose gender as the independent variable and drama, action, and comedy as the dependent variables. To run the Mann-Whitney U test for differences, go to Analyze in the top menu, select Non-Parametric Tests, select Legacy Dialogues, and choose Two Independent Samples. When the Two Independent Samples Tests dialog box appears, select the Dramatic Shows variable and press the arrow button next to the Test Variable List box. Do the same for Action Shows and Comedic Shows. Next, select Gender and press the arrow next to the Grouping Variable box. Press the Define Groups button. When the Two Independent Samples dialog box appears, type a 1 next to Group 1 and a 2 next to Group 2. Those numbers 1 and 2 correspond to the value labels provided for the two groups on the gender variable. Press Continue. Check the Mann-Whitney U option under Test Type. Press OK. SPSS will generate an output in a new window. As with all statistical tests, the first result to look for is a significance figure associated with the test score. If the significance figure meets your preset criterion, you will need to report your test results in your research paper. You will find those significance figures here. In this test, we have met our significance criteria for all three ranks. Here are your test results. You would report these figures as well as the subsample sizes under N and the mean rank figures for each group on each show type. If the significance figure does not meet the criterion, test results do not need to be reported in your research paper. However, you will need to report that the test failed to find a significant difference or relationship in the data. To see what this output looks like, along with a reporting example, press the Output button on the Sending page from the StatTree module. Additionally, these procedures can be run from an SPSS syntax file. The code for this can be copied from the new browser window when you press the Script button on the Sending page from the StatTree module.